Hi everyone, yasas que kalosirtate to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a delicious pot roast that falls apart. It takes just a few minutes to pull together and then the oven does all of the work. It's perfect for entertaining or for a delicious meal for the family. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to begin by getting all of the add-in ingredients ready, the carrots, the potatoes, and all of that stuff. So just peel the carrots and the potatoes and set them aside, and you can cut the potatoes depending on how big they are in half or into thirds. You want to make sure that they're bigger pieces so that way they don't become mashed potatoes in the oven. They're going to bake for about 3 hours, so bigger pieces are better. And then I'm just going to slice the carrots on the diagonal just like this and have them ready. I have about 8 garlic cloves. You could use 6 or 8. Just make sure you peel them and then just smash them with the back of the knife. You can use grated garlic for this. If you already have it grated in the freezer, that would be fine. This just releases the flavor slowly and gets a little bit more of a sweeter taste to it, but it's up to you. So now I have chuck beef over here. This is the best cut, in my opinion, for roasting beef because it just stays nice and tender. It has the perfect amount of fat in between the layers of meat, and it's just gonna be nice and soft once it's done roasting. I'm just gonna season it lightly on both sides with some salt and freshly cracked black pepper. So my recipe calls for 4.5 pounds. This is about 5 pounds of beef, and it's in 2 pieces. I have a Dutch oven pan heating over medium-high heat. I'll add a little bit of olive oil to it, and then once it's really nice and hot, I'll carefully put the beef in the pot and let it brown for about 7.5 minutes per side. You want to get a nice crust on it. This is going to add lots of flavor too. Flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. So total about 15 minutes is how long it's going to take. And if you have a screen, put it on top of your pot so that way oil doesn't end up all over your stovetop. Carefully take the beef out of the pot and set it aside. So I turned the heat off from underneath the Dutch oven because it's already too hot. I'll add my garlic cloves in here and just toss them around in the oil until they're nice and fragrant for about a minute or so. Turn the heat back on medium, and now I'll add these pearl onions in. I just buy them frozen in the supermarket. I thawed them out for a little bit on the counter, but they're not fully thawed out. And that's perfectly fine. We're just gonna toss them in the oil for about 2-3 minutes just so they can get a little bit of color on them. Next, we're gonna put the beef back into the pot with the carrots, the potatoes, and about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of balsamic vinegar. This is gonna add really good flavor. I have 2 sprigs of rosemary. I'll season again with salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And then I have 4 cups of beef stock here. You can add chicken stock if you don't have beef stock, but the beef stock is going to deepen the flavor a little bit more. This is going to come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, turn the heat off, put the lid on the pot, and this is going to go inside a preheated 325-degree oven for 3 to 4 hours or until the meat is soft and tender and basically falling apart. Carefully take the pot out of the oven and then let it rest a little bit. You can taste the broth a little bit and even the meat to see if it needs a little more seasoning. While it's still hot, you can add some more salt and pepper if it needs it. If not, that's perfectly great. Let it cool down a little bit, and you're gonna see that the beef releases a lot of fat that melts and turns into oil. I like to take out as much of it as I can so that way the finished product is not going to be greasy. So carefully just skim off as much of the oil as you can. Then I like to transfer the beef and shred it up a little bit using 2 forks onto a serving platter, arrange the veggies all around it, and then I just top it with some finely chopped parsley and it's ready to serve. And there you have it. Just like that, the meal is ready. It smells incredible. I do have about 1 to 2 cups of the gravy left over in the pot. I like to do several things with it. I either save it because this is a lot of meat, and then when I pack the leftovers and put them in the refrigerator, I do like to pour that broth on top. It keeps the meat nice and flavorful and also keeps it nice and moist. It keeps it from drying out. Or you can just use all of the broth in the beginning and make a nice gravy. It's super simple to make. I'll put the recipe for that on the blog post in case you want to add another layer of flavor to this dish. It has tons of flavor already, but if you like gravy, a little bit of a thicker sauce, I'll teach you how to do it. All you need is a little bit of flour and lemon juice, and it's going to be delicious. But the meal is ready, and really the only extra thing that I would make with this is a nice green salad. I would toast some bread, and then the meal can be put on the table just like that to be enjoyed. Let's do the taste test. So good. I love chuck roast because it doesn't dry out in the oven. My pot roast was ready in about 3 hours and 25 minutes. I have cooked it sometimes all the way up to 4 hours. It just depends on how tender the cut of meat that you're using is. The potatoes literally melt once you smash them a little bit with a fork, which is exactly how I like to eat them, because that's how I ate them as a child. And then you get that sauce in there. The onions are just melting away too. The carrots are really soft. This is a perfect hearty meal for a cold winter's day. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. You can print it out on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I'll see you here next time with another delicious recipe worth sharing. Yes, yes.